All right, y'all, I picked up this third of a horsepower aquarium pump right here, but I'm not using it for an aquarium. I am interested in cold plunges, and I'm looking for a way to be able to cool down my water using something like this. I was watching a video about it, and they were like, yeah, it's definitely doable, so I decided to pick one up. First of all, super heavy, obviously, but it does have these nice handles on the side right here. So you can simply I can get about 3 fingers into there. I just simply pinch and I can move this thing around. Now, it's not very light. Like I said, it's heavy, but I can still move it and put it where I need it to go. It's not very big though either, so it's not like your arms are way out here and you're trying to do it. You can kind of balance a little bit right here, which is nice. On the top, you have 2 water inlets and outlets right there. They do come with these nice little caps on them, so you can pop those on off whenever you're ready to get everything all set up. And then you have a panel right here, which I'm assuming this is kind of to control it. You can set your temperature, all that type of stuff. Like I said, I'm using this for cold plunges, so having that available is going to be perfect. On the back right here, I do want to point out that there is a switch right here to be able to turn it on and off really easily, which will be nice because my plan is to, in the morning, get a tub full of water and then turn this thing on, and I can do that like right whenever I wake up. That way, in about an hour later, whenever I'm ready to take a shower, boom, I can do a cold plunge right there. It also has your cord right there that you're going to need to plug in, which is down here. We'll get into all of this as well. They do give you a few other nuggets and bits that we'll go through as well. And in the box, they also give you this hose right here. But from what I understand, you might want a different hose if you're using it for cold plunges. I think it's a little bit bigger maybe. I can't remember. But I got it. I'm going to do a video on that too. Taking a look at the bottom, you can see that you got the nice feet right here on the bottom, so the whole thing's not sitting on the ground, which is going to be nice. And then you have your, I'm assuming these are like fans right here to be able to cool everything down. But all in all, sleek design. This is all metal boxing right here. It's screwed in all the way around this thing throughout, up and down. I don't know if there's screws. Is there screws on that side? Yeah, they've got 3 screws up and down right there, and then 3 over here as well. So I'm curious to get this thing plugged in to see how well it's going to work for my cold plunge experience. So I mentioned the tubing right here, which you get a good bit, I gotta say. This is a, that's 6 feet right there, and then you got another, whoop, it's almost 6 feet. That's like 5. You get like 11 foot of cord right there, so if you needed to use one for each of the nougats up there, you could get about 5.5 feet per each side if they're going the same distance. Let's see, they do give you this little pump right here. It seems to be a little small. I got a bigger one for my cold plunge thing. I'm assuming this is more for the aquarium whenever you're using it in an aquarium. It does have the suction feet. Let's test that out. Gives a little bit of suction, but like it's not super duper strong, I will say that. And then this looks like you can control right here the flow, which is nice. So you have your cord. Let me go ahead and unwrap that, and we will measure that on out. That's a good 5-foot cord right there. That's nice. Okay. And then you also have this cord that plugs into the machine right here. It's one of these grounded style cords. And you're looking, that's a good 5-foot cord right there also. So that's great. I like that they're the same size as well, so that if you have them in the same area, you won't have like cord hanging or anything like that. You can kind of bind them together if you want to do that. Then you have all these nice little nougats and bits in here. And let's see what all we have. All right, so you have this little guy right there. Looks like a connection piece of some sort. They got plenty of gaskets in here. There's 4 of them. You have 2 clamp rings, which you're going to need to clamp down your hoses. And then you got these 2 little guys right here. Honestly, I'm not too sure exactly. Are these a dad? No, they're not a dad. I'm not too sure exactly what... I think they might go on... Yeah, these go on like this. I was watching a thing, and you have the collets right here. So these... Pop these on. Can y'all see that? Kinda. Let's see. Let's bring y'all down for just a second. Let's see. So you got these right here. It makes it easier to connect your hose. You just simply screw that right onto there. and you can point it whichever way you need it to go. Whoa! Get it nice and tight. And then you are good to go with that one. And then there's another one right here. Of course, you're going to want to put your gasket on the inside of this too. So you just simply take one of these before you put the collet on. Hello! And you pop it right on into there so that it stays nice and watertight. So, let's put that back on over there. Is there anything else? Any other nuggets and bits in this? I kind of just... Nope, that's it. So if you guys are looking for an awesome... aquarium chiller. This is 1/3 of a horsepower. I'm using it for cold plunges, so y'all definitely go and check out this one right here if this is something that you're looking for. Thank y'all for watching, and Dad out.